again and welcome to class 750. All right. Roll up our sleeves to do a lot of work. All right, expressions. Yes, as proud as a peacock. I was talking about that yesterday. As proud as a peacock. Tan orgulloso como un pavo real. As proud as a peacock. All right, as soon as possible. Oh, eso todo el mundo lo sabe. Tan pronto como sea posible, lo antes posible, cuanto antes. As soon as possible. However, we also say ASAP. I want it ASAP. Lo quiero ASAP. As soon as possible. ASAP. Okay? I want it ASAP. You have to learn English ASAP. As soon as possible. As soon as possible. As strong as an ox. Tan fuerte como un toro, se dice aquí. Pues en inglés, no, decimos un buey. As strong as an ox. O-X. Ox is buey. Lo que sabías. Como box. Caja, quita la B. Ox. Eso es un buey. Plural is oxen. There are only three words, as far as I know. There are only three words in the English language in which the plural is not formed by an S, but by en, like in German. One is one ox, two oxen. One child, two children. One brother, hermano, two brethren. However, one brother, two brothers. Si son hermanos de sangre, brothers. Si son hermanos religiosos, brethren. One brother, two brethren. Mis hermanos del monasterio. My brethren. Okay, oxen. Oxford. Un vado para los bueyes. La zona del río, donde puedes cruzar con los bueyes fácilmente. Eso es un vado. Y se llama Ford, como un coche Ford. Ford. Oxford. Y eso es el origen de la ciudad inglesa Oxford. Pues en esa zona del Támesis se podían cruzar. And so a city was built there because it was so important. An important point in the river Thames. It's Oxford. So Oxford means vado de bueyes. He cursado mis estudios en vado de bueyes. In Oxford, as strong as an ox, más fuerte que un toro. Como siempre en inglés, decimos tan como, no más que. Tan fuerte como un toro, o como un buey. As strong as an ox, as strong as an ox. Yes, don't worry about Marta. She's only 45 kilos and 1 meter 64. But she's as strong, or 1 meter 58. She's as strong as an ox. As strong as an ox. All right. Oh. This one is so hackneyed. In fact, I remember the word hackneyed means trillado, que se dice tantas veces que pierde su fuerza. Trilladísimo. This one, but then hackneyed. I remember when I was in 8th grade, octavo. That means I was 14. And I wrote a composition, and I used this expression. And the teacher in red pencil said, hackneyed. Hackneyed expression. And this is the expression, as stubborn as a mule. Tan terco como una mula. As stubborn as a mule. Terco como una mula. Testarudo. Tozudo. As stubborn as a mule. Yes. Tan obstinado como una mula. As stubborn as a mule. Sometimes I'm as stubborn as a mule. The people in Aragon, los aragoneses, are famous for being stubborn as a mule. As stubborn as a mule, as white as a sheet. Tan blanco como una sábana. As white as a sheet means you're afraid. Te quedas blanco de miedo. Yes, as white as a sheet. Yes. Yes. Graham se puso blanco como la leche cuando vio toda la sangre. Oh. Graham went as white as a sheet when he saw the blood. And finally, one more. At a snail's pace. At a snail's pace. Snail, ¿cómo se dice? Clavo. O uña. Nail. Y si le colocas un S delante, snail, ¿qué es, Marta? You know snail? No. Caracol. Yeah, caracol. Escargot. I like snails, to eat snails. At a snail's pace. Aquí se dice a paso de tortuga. No, in English, a paso de caracol. At a snail's pace. And you know, about 5 years ago, I researched the speed of a snail. I think a snail needs 2 weeks to traverse 1 kilometer. Something like that. I think, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. At a snail's pace. Yeah, he's working at a snail's pace. El coche delante de mí estuvo yendo todo el camino a paso de tortuga. Yes. The car in front of me was going at a snail's pace the whole way. El camino entero. The whole way, a paso de tortuga. At a snail's pace. All right. Wow. That was on page 18, page 17 and 18. Yes. These are very interesting expressions. If you don't have this book, get it. It's a lot of fun. The other books are more important, in my opinion, than this, but this one's more fun. All right. Translation booklet. This is the most important book of all. Yes, this is the second most important book of all for speaking. But this can be used for speaking and for listening. All right. Page 304. List number 23. He ganado mucho peso últimamente. I've gained a lot of weight lately. I've gained. To lose weight and to gain weight. The British often say to put on, como ponerse, prendas de vestir, to put on a sweater, to put on weight. Ooh, you're putting on weight. You're gaining weight. You're getting fat. To get fat is ponerse ya gordo. To gain weight could be good. After an illness, if you have lost a lot of weight, you start gaining weight, well, it's good for you. So to gain weight is not necessarily bad. He ganado, I've gained a lot of weight lately. To gain is ir adquiriendo, ir ganando, is to gain. To win es cuando te toca, ganas porque te toca, o ganas un partido. To win a match, to win a game, to win a tennis match, to win the lottery, to win the football pool, to win. And then to earn es con el sudor la frente. De vengar, ir ganando. Ganar dinero, to earn money, to earn money. All right. Casi siempre le veo por la noche. Casi siempre, eh? I almost always see him at night. I almost always see him at night. Why do you almost always see him at night? I don't know. We simply coincide at night. Oh. I hardly ever see him during the day. During the day, at night. De noche y de día. De día, de noche. During the day. ¿Dónde decimos? At day. Decimos at night, but we don't say at day. We say during the day, at night. Also, we can say during the night. But during the night es como a las 3 de la madrugada. At night puede ser a las 9 de la noche. At night. At night. During the night is durante toda la noche. During the night. During the day, at night. All right. Casi nunca consiguen ellos sus objetivos. They hardly ever achieve their objectives. They hardly ever. Almost always, hardly ever. Almost always, hardly ever. Almost always, casi siempre, casi nunca, casi siempre. Almost always, hardly ever. Casi todo el mundo, casi nadie. Almost everyone, hardly anyone. Almost everybody, hardly everybody. Casi siempre, almost always, hardly ever. Se admite almost never, pero se usa menos que hardly ever. Casi nunca consiguen sus objetivos. They hardly ever achieve their objectives. I almost always achieve my objectives, yeah. And Marta almost always achieves her objectives. But they hardly ever accomplish their goals, accomplish their objectives, achieve their objectives. Suelo hacerlo días alternos. I usually do it. I usually do it every other day. Yes, días alternos, un día sí otro, ¿no? I usually do it every other day, every other day, every other day. Tiene que tomarse una decisión, voz pasiva. Se tiene que tomar una decisión. A decision has to be made. A decision has to be made. I know, yeah, fine, okay, fine. A decision has to be made, but who's going to make it? Don't look at me. I don't want to accept the responsibility. Decisions are very important. There's a lot of responsibility in making decisions, and I don't want the responsibility, but a decision has to be made. Well, maybe Marta can make the decision. All right. Ya han sido informados. They've already been informed. They've already been informed. They have already. They've already. They've already been informed. All right. Algo extraño va a suceder, eh? Something strange is going to happen. Really? Yeah, something strange. What? There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you going to call? ¿A quién vas a llamar? A los cazafantasmas. The Ghostbusters. Ghostbuster is not cazafantasma. The translation is incorrect. ¿Lo sabías? El título en inglés es Doma Fantasmas. Como domar un caballo. Yes, a Bronco Buster. Bronco Buster es un vaquero que se dedica a domar los caballos salvajes. It's a buster. And Ghostbusters is Doma Fantasmas. All right? No es que cazaran. No estaban cazando las fantasmas, estaban domándolas, controlling them. Ghostbusters, okay, something strange. Something strange. No digas something strange. Something strange is going to happen. Fue la reunión más corta a la que jamás he asistido. It was the shortest meeting I've ever attended. I've ever attended. It was the shortest meeting I've ever attended. I have ever. Claro, mucho V que os cuesta. I've ever. It was the shortest meeting I've ever attended. Explícamelo. Explícamelo. Explain. Ahora bien, si queremos decir melo, explain it to me. Explain it to me. No digas nunca explain me. Suena raro, muy mal. Suena mal, ¿eh? Explain me. Claro, en español, explícame. Pues explícame la situación. Explain me, no. Explain the situation. No, to me, no nos solemos ni incluir. Explain it. Explícalo. No decimos explícamelo. Sin embargo, si te gusta el me, explain it to me. Give it to me. Show it to me. Bring it to me. Deliver it to me. Explain it to me. Explain it, con mucha X. Explain it to him. Explain it to her. Explain it to them. Explain it to us. I'll explain it to you. Explain it to me. ¿Vas a tomar postre? Are you going to have dessert? No. I'm going to go straight to the coffee. I'm not a dessert eater. Yes. Sometimes if I'm having lunch with another person and the waiter and the other person has dessert, they say, cheesecake please, cheesecake, tarte de queso or something. And the waiter brings 2 spoons. You know, 1 spoon for me and 1 spoon. And I said, I'll try your cheesecake. And I'll take a very small piece, very small, and I'll eat it. And I almost start crying. Es curioso. Es casi como... I don't like sweets. I don't like sweets. Vas a tomar postre. Are you going to have dessert? Are you going to have dessert, Susana? Susana solo toma postre en Zaragoza. Solo allí. Susana, dessert, dessert, dessert. El nivel de vida es muy alto en este país. The standard of living is very high in this country. In Spain? Yeah. The standard of living is high. Despite all the problems. Despite all the problems. If you compare Spain with Mexico, or Chile, or Argentina, or Morocco, or most countries in the world, the quality of life and the standard of living is very good. Very good. When I came to Spain in 1972, as a student, Spain was clearly a second world country. Un país del segundo mundo. Tercer mundo no. Now it's clearly first world, a developed country. Spain has improved a lot. All right, economically. El nivel de vida, the standard of living. The standard of living is very high in this country. Nunca te harás rico trabajando. Yol, hierba, yol, yellow, yol. You'll never get rich working. Aquí dice by working. You'll never get rich by working. Los dos. You'll never get rich working es nunca te harás rico trabajando. Ahora, you'll never get rich by working es nunca te harás rico mediante el trabajar o el trabajo. By, por medio de. You'll never get rich working. You'll never get rich by working, which is not true. Everybody needs to work to get rich. Very, very few, 0.00001% get rich without working. However, these people appear in the newspapers or in the magazines or on the social networks, and it gives you a deformed vision of reality. Some people are rich because they inherit a lot of money from a rich father or a rich mother or a rich uncle, un tío rico. Yes, but that doesn't count. The rest of the people, you have to work. And usually 99% of the time you have to work hard. Yes. But the people who get rich working hard don't usually appear in the magazines, in the social networks, or in the newspapers. All right. But you have to work hard. Pero vale la pena. It's worth it. All right. Sí que te puedes hacer rico trabajando. You can, in fact, get rich working. Según él, todos somos idiotas. According to him, we're all idiots. According to him, we are all, or all of us, dos formas. Todos de nosotros, literalmente. According to him, all of us are idiots. According to him, we're all idiots. ¿Qué dice aquí? We are all. Nosotros somos todos. We are all. We're all. El británico. According to him, we're all idiots. We're all idiots. Well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah. Idiota es él, ¿no? Que sí. Yeah, he's the idiot. Yeah. All right. ¿Haces todo lo que él te dice? Do you do everything he says? Do you do everything he says? Lo que te dice. Te dice con te. Do you do everything he tells you? ¿Haces todo lo que dice? Do you do everything he says? ¿Haces todo lo que él te dice? Do you do everything he tells you? Hey, do you do Do you do everything he tells you? No te preocupes. No dolerá. Don't worry. It won't hurt. Don't worry. It won't hurt. Yeah. Don't worry. It's a painless injection. You will not feel anything. Come on. Look at that needle. Don't worry. It won't hurt. It won't hurt. All right. Okay. Injections hurt. Yeah. You know, the last time they took blood, I went to a small place. Only 2 people, the receptionist and the doctor or nurse. Only 2 people. And this small place is affiliated with a big clinic. And the person recognized me. He said, Senor Vaughan. And he was she was very careful. And I didn't feel a thing. Perfect. I think the best in my life. I remember another place that, my God, why don't we just cut off my arm? Here's my arm. It was a big mess, but in any case. All right, where are we? No te preocupes, no dolerá. Cuesta decir eso. Don't worry, it won't hurt. It will not. It won't hurt. ¿Qué es lo que no dolerá? ¿Qué es lo que no dolerá? What won't hurt? ¿Qué no dolerá? What won't hurt? Lo que te voy a hacer. What I'm going to do to you. ¿Qué me vas a hacer? What are you going to do to me? Te voy a poner una inyección. I'm going to give you an injection. I'm going to give you an injection. ¿Para qué? What for? What for? Para tu catarro. For your cold. No tengo catarro, eh? I don't have a cold. Pero llevas 2 semanas tosiendo. But you've been coughing for 2 weeks. Yo no tengo tos. I don't have a cough. Es que la historia continúa en la próxima lista. Pero llevas una semana con fiebre. But you've had a fever for a week. No sé de lo que estás hablando. I don't know what you're talking about. ¿No eres tú la persona que estuvo aquí ayer por la tarde? Aren't you the person who was here yesterday afternoon? Yo nunca he estado aquí. I've never been here. Te pareces un paciente mío. You look like a patient of mine. Debe ser muy feo tu tío. No. Mi tío se parece a mí. All right. Mi tío se parece a ti. My uncle looks like you. No, my uncle looks like, no. ¿Cómo dice aquí? Mi tío se parece a mí. Okay, my uncle looks like me. Pues debe ser muy feo tu tío. Your uncle must be very ugly. All right, ahí termina la historia. All right, but let's go back for a moment. All right, we say, no te preocupes, no dolerá. Don't worry, it won't hurt. ¿Qué es lo que no dolerá? What won't hurt? Lo que te voy a hacer. What I'm going to do to you. What? Lo que te voy a hacer. What I'm going to do to you. ¿Qué me vas a hacer? What are you going to do to me? Te voy a poner una inyección. I'm going to give you, o sea, darte, no ponerte en inglés. I'm going to give you an injection. ¿Para qué? What for? O sea, ¿qué para? What for? Para tu catarro. For your cold. No tengo catarro. I don't have a cold. Y luego dice, ¿dónde estoy ya? No tengo catarro. Pero llevas 2 semanas tosiendo. But you've been coughing for 2 weeks. Yo no tengo tos. I don't have a cough. No tengo una tos. I don't have a cough. Cough, coffee. Cuando tengo tos, tomo café. When I have a cough, I drink coffee. Yeah. Coffee and coughs. To cough. Cough. Coughing, tosiendo. Llevas 2 semanas tosiendo. You've been coughing for 2 weeks. Coughing. Yo no tengo tos. I don't have a cough. I don't have a cough. No, I don't have a cough. All right, how much? 1 minute. I only have 1 minute left. I was planning to do vocabulary, Marta. How can I do vocabulary with only 1 minute? My God. She's a party pooper. Party pooper is aguafiestas. La aguafiestas esta. Yeah, she's a party pooper. Yeah. Vocabulary list number 2, page 164. Un inconveniente, a drawback. Tengo 10 segundos. Disculpa, apology. Quiero una disculpa. I want an apology. An apology? Are you crazy? An apology. Un inconveniente, a drawback. Yes, hay varios inconvenientes. There are several drawbacks. And I'll tell you about these serious drawbacks tomorrow. See you.